Sorry, please count us down from when we can start. I'm gonna hit that thing again, and fuck this guy with the smashing and whatever.
Utebs was, hey, we're rolling.
I didn't assume you would be comfortable with that on camera. Knowing you.
You did well to pick it up.
You good? Sound and all. Okay, and 3, 2, 1.
Have you seen that that law change that men can now take their wife's surname?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Did you read the case or not?
I didn't read the case. I just saw.
As a concept, what do you think?
I think it's rubbish, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, it goes against everything else. I'm not going to talk about sort of black culture or anything, but it goes against everything from the beginning, right? And I just think that there's people that have got hidden agendas that are trying to push these things. There's a lot of these things that are coming up, you know? Like for example, now there's a new thing to say that there's this group of people that we call them pedophiles, but they're applying so that we don't use the word pedophile because it's insulting to them, but because they've got the right to love kids and to have feelings for kids. So they want to be recognized, and that they should not be sort of demonized because they've got feelings for kids.
Sure.
You know, so there's a lot of these things that are coming up.
Homosexuality?
It's bullshit as well. For me, I think it's just completely rubbish, you know. It might have been, some people can claim that it might have been there since the beginning and whatever the case might be. But I just think that there's certain things that are not part of human nature that we should not adapt to. This thing of freedom is a problem. And if you check this thing, you will see when the statistics starts, right? Whereby if they're going to record it, where they would say this person has taken the wife's surname, just track it and check who are those people. Mostly it will be foreigners.
In South Africa?
Guaranteed, yeah. Guaranteed. You will see. Mostly. Because, I mean...
Why do you think it will be foreigners? No, so I've heard this argument. The reason I'm asking is, for that foreigner to get married in this country, they would need to have papers. So will they not have committed fraud by then? Or do you think they'll get married somewhere else and then come and get citizenship here?
The foreigner does not need to have papers to make a woman pregnant.
Yeah.
And once that has happened, because South African law sort of protects kids so that they don't grow without fathers. So it is easier for this guy to go to Home Affairs and get papers.
But they're not married.
They're not married, right? But they can easily get married. I mean, they can use that as a route to get married.
But they're getting married, you don't have to change the surname. So Umchita in Nigeria can have a child with a South African woman.
Yeah.
They have a child, now it's here. And they can marry the South African woman.
Yeah.
Why is the surname thing such a big deal?
Because most of them, you know, now and again, there's operational tutula, there's like people rioting and fighting and saying foreigners are taking this from us. So if now someone is Mlocho, now, and the name is going to change. Because, I mean, if you get married to a woman, right, simchinchi kama, ikama lake if we Nandi, simniki kama, sumniguti Mantuli or something, because maybe the first child is in Tuli or whatever the case might be. So now this guy is going to become now Nkosinati Mlocho. And now, if Nkosinati Mlocho, anywhere else, there's nothing that's going to pick him up as a foreigner unless otherwise someone looks at the maybe Home Affairs, because Home Affairs writes the originality yako go to Pumagupi, whatever the case. Other than that, this guy, if Angafundi Zulu, if he's married to a Zulu person, Abem Nandi, this guy is purely South African.
Nkosinathi Mlocho face, come on.
Nkosinathi Mlocho.
Yeah.
So why would you question Nkosinathi Mlocho?
But why is that a problem?
It is for me, okay, look. I think it is a problem if we're talking about men taking women's surnames. It is a problem, Penuel, because what are we trying to achieve with this thing? First of all, what is the end game? I think we should ask ourselves those questions. What is the end game? What is wrong with the current system? Why they want to now have men taking women's surname? Why? Is it because most women now that are becoming part of making these laws and rules, they've got a lot of money to a point whereby they're like, why should I, what is the reason for me to get, to take Penuel's surname when we get married? Why? Why should I take, I can give Penuel my surname because I can afford to feed me and Penuel beyond reasonable doubt. So what is this whole thing about? So for me, what is the end game? Do
you think South African women should not be allowed to marry foreigners?
South African women are allowed to marry whoever they want to marry.
But maybe they shouldn't be allowed out of this fear. Because you're speaking name, surname, but the argument you're making would apply even if they couldn't change the surname. She could still marry a guy from Malawi and you still have the same issue. The guy moves here, maybe they married for a while, the guy gets papers, he's like, look, my wife is here, my kids are here, the law says, let's make you a permanent residence because you've got a family here.
Yeah.
Doesn't change the name and surname. So I'm saying maybe to avoid that, just
and after that they
don't
get
allow
divorced.
them.
Yeah. After that they get divorced because this guy probably, his intentions is to come here and just get that so that he can settle in South Africa.
Like in
because
America,
it's nice.
with the green card.
Exactly. With those guys.
So maybe South African
those
women-
Nigerians that go to America to get married to those 70-year-old women.
Yes.
Exactly that.
So maybe South African women shouldn't be allowed to marry foreign men.
You see, that would be problematic because if you say it should not be allowed, then it sounds very oppressive, you know.
But you're saying they shouldn't be allowed to give the man the surname.
No,
Isn't
they
that
should
oppressive?
not. No, that's not oppressive. That's fixing the society. It's not. It's not.
Why do you not have a similar issue with men? So Nelson Mandela went and married a Mozambican woman.
Yeah.
Hugh Masagela went and married a Ghanaian woman.
Yeah.
Why is that not an issue? That these women are coming here, they're going to change their name to Nandi.
No, but that's
Mandela.
fine. Because
Why?
Because it's that's how things have been and that's how things supposed to be.
But it's a foreign woman. She's here for citizenship. She's now, whatever you are worried about with the men,
Yeah.
the woman is doing the same thing.
But what is the scale of that happening?
We don't know. You wouldn't know because you can't track it.
No,
When
but-
you're just meeting Unandi Ngcangca, but you don't know she's from Zimbabwe because she married you. You guys gave her marital surname.
No,
She's
no.
got, marital name.
Yeah.
And she's got your surname. So obviously, South
No,
African-
this thing should not be allowed. There's certain, you see this thing of freedom and democracy. I've got an issue with it when it comes to issues like this.
So maybe all South Africans shouldn't be allowed to marry foreigners, including the men, or the men must be allowed,
You see,
but not the women.
The problem is this idea that most people think that men and women should be equal. I think the problem starts there because all these things are coming because of that. Literally, men and women can never be equal. Never. I don't care who says what. I don't care who comes up with. They can never, in all senses. Doesn't matter what you can think of. They can never be equal. So we can't, as men, we can't be equal. I'm not saying we must oppress them and whatever the case might be. No. But they can never be equal to men.
You were saying, according to human nature, a woman can't give a man the surname.
No.
What part of nature is that? It has been history.
History. It
Which
has been
history?
like that. It has been like that since forever.
What has been like that?
That men give women their surnames, not the other way around.
Surnames didn't exist.
But the name, they will give you the name. They won't get married to you and you still keep the same name. When you come in, you will be given a name so that you can be recognized that you are now married to this family.
Okay. What are your opinions on so men shouldn't be allowed to take their wife's surname,
Yes.
right? Number one.
Yeah.
I just need to add clarity. When a man takes a wife's surname, she's not taking her surname, she's taking the father-in-law's name. I just need you to understand that. Most people don't understand that. So a wife doesn't have a surname. It's her father's surname.
It's all I see.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same about children? Should children not take their mother's surname?
Why?
Their maternal grandfather's surname?
No. Because, okay. So, for example...
Because law allows that currently. And a
know.
lot of gents, especially gents who are angry about this ruling, are carrying their mother's surname.
And why are they angry about this ruling?
Oh, because of the things you're saying. That it's not right, nature,
So why didn't
history.
they can change it?
No, I'm just saying, do you feel the same about children taking their mother's surname? That it's not nature,
Definitely.
it's not right,
No,
it should
it's
not be
not
allowed.
right because now you breaking the cycle completely, right? So when I abongcangca, right? If I make kids, I'm trying to multiply ongcangca, right?
You are, yes.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Because I'm marrying the woman. The woman is not marrying me.
But she could also be trying to multiply her surname.
No, but I'm bringing her to my family.
That's if you marry her.
That's if I marry
A lot
her.
of people are not married.
And still, me personally, even if I'm not married, if I've got kids with you, the kids, they will be ongcangca. It's as simple as that.
Why?
Because they need to carry my surname so that they can be easily identifiable as ongcangca, as my bloodline, right?
What if you're absent? What if you're not providing? She's getting support from her family. She's doing all the heavy lifting.
You see the problem. This is where that's why I said this thing of equality and having to discuss and agree on things that they go against how things they were even before. It's the problem. That's where the problem comes in. We should not be even getting to that conversation, Penuel. We should not be getting to that conversation whereby I need now to be sitting with you and trying to find a way as a woman, which, okay, what's going to happen now? And because now, and so sometimes they don't even discuss with the machita, like you saying that you're not providing, you are absent and whatever the case might be. Those things, they should not, in all honesty, they should not count against the kids having the father's surname. The father is still the father, whether you are there or not. There might be reasons. So some of the guys are not there, not by choice. In fact, most of the guys are not there, not by choice. They are not there because they're being repelled from being there by this person. So that cannot be like an argument to say that women must give their kids. I know they're doing that. But that doesn't make it right.
You're saying that should not be allowed.
It should not be allowed.
And then
Completely.
what should happen when the fathers are useless and absent?
I mean,
So the woman and her family are doing everything for this child. She's tried to bring you on board. You're useless for whatever reason. You're an alcoholic, whatever the case may be.
drugs, whatever.
Must this child now, who ends up becoming something great, still carry your name, your family name? Maybe you come from a family of criminals or whatever.
Okay, you tell me now. If now 2 years down the line, you guys have done this because you are well-off family, whatever. Two years down the line, change my life. I've become the greatest. So what must happen now? We must go change because now I'm great. Now we must go change the surname of the kid, or we leave it like that. What do we do now in this case?
I don't know. The child is 20. They were raised by the mom's family.
Yeah.
You were nowhere. I'm just saying, must that child carry your surname, even though you are useless? And your whole family denied this child. No, you are
being useless is temporal, is not permanent.
Okay.
Being great as well, it's not permanent. So we cannot, because life is seasonal, right? So today you've got everything, tomorrow you've got nothing. And for you to be able to enjoy life to the fullest, you must embrace everything that has to do with life. You cannot expect that your life is going to be great every day. So you can never judge people based on their current situation. That's why I hate it. That's why I avoid to be friends with people that think that they have, because most of them, they look down on people that don't have. And over a period of time, when those people have, then they want to be with them for whatever. So I don't like those situations because they're not genuine. The real thing is that you treat people, if our energies sort of connect, what you have or what you don't have has got nothing to do with me. Our energies connect, we great together.
Sure.
And if we can build together, we'll build. If we cannot, we cannot. Whatever that brings us together. But we cannot judge men based on their current situation, man. Because we don't know how, I mean, if I'm that useless, it means I was great when I made you pregnant. Why did you allow me to make you pregnant as a useless, whatever guy that can never afford to raise a kid? Why did you allow? You are reckless. It means you as a woman, you are very reckless to allow yourself to be in that situation and then come late and say, oh, this guy is useless, I can't take his surname.
So even if the guy is useless forever, the child should still take the father's
nobody
surname.
can be useless forever. It's literally not possible.
It's very possible.
It's very possible.
How? Show me one person who has never been great.
I see.
I turn the motivation.
See, no.
But there's a lot of guys who are useless forever.
You're going too far. See, no, but that one. See,
Show me.
It's unchange.
Show me one guy.
No, see, no, there's a lot of them. No, I know it. Lots of them in the township
that are useless
forever, from when they were still friends with my grandfather, when they're still friends with my father, they're still friends with my uncles, even their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren. So I don't want to argue that one. That one, I think it's very obvious.
Okay.
You know what I need from you, Sia?
Yeah.
Is to unpack what is the actual benefit of a child having the father's surname. Because I think maybe you're the 10th person after this whole judgment thing has come out, and I still don't have a tangible answer. What is the benefit of a child having a father's surname? What is the benefit for the woman or the child? What is the actual benefit? Besides us saying birthright, that's like saying the kings, it's a birthright, so they must just rule us. Because now you're saying your bloodline as well, in its purest form, must just be the ruler of this kid or the wife. So what is the actual benefit?
Before Sia answers the benefit to, what are some examples of potential benefits of a surname to you? So that he understands where your question is going.
On my side.
Just if you're saying benefits, are you talking money?
Yeah, it could be money. It could be we come from the Mandela family. When I walk into a room, things do move much quicker for us as a family.
Your surname has a value.
Has a value.
That's what you're asking.
Yeah. It's Sister Lami converted to Mkwanas. She was at the airport. I don't know, whatever happened. They saw the surname. They're like, oh my gosh. So push her in because of that. So I'm saying, what is the actual tangible thing that the surname holds? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking. I don't want my kids to change their surname. Because I don't believe that the bloodline of a family is carried through the men only. That is the dumbest thing ever. That's assuming that all men are great, and not all men are great. Greatness is found in men and women. I'm
sorry. Women don't have surnames.
Yeah, no, I know. Yes,
I get men and surnames.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Understand that all the surnames we're referencing,
they come from a man.
So it's either the biological father, or the mother's father.
I don't want to make it complicated.
No problem.
For the people that are listening, because now we need to unpack that thing. Because some people will be for the first time they hear that.
Sure.
That actually women don't hold surnames. I'm told. Yeah. So it's a thing for some people. So they just work with that mindset which women have.
The woman's surname.
Yeah.
Oh no,
sure.
There's no woman with a surname.
So the default only the man carries the surname. The woman equally also carries the surname. I don't believe in it. So the judgment, I love the judgment because I don't want my kids to change their surnames. I don't want my kid to go to another family to extend their lineage. No, they must extend my lineage.
Oh, you're talking about daughters?
Yeah, daughters. Yeah, daughters.
Oh, don't say children.
Oh, yeah, it's misleading. Daughters,
okay.
So
you don't want your daughters to lose your surname?
They're not. Yeah, I don't want them to change my surname because they must carry on the line. When in your family you have daughters, they must change. They must carry on your line. It's fine. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you context. I love the judgment, but outside of the judgment, I was gonna be fine. So I'm trying to figure out what is the benefit of having a surname Yomchit.
So
timer.
So first of all, where I see a problem in your thinking is that you're thinking benefit in terms of value, money, and whatever the case might be. When I view and look into things like this, I never consider money because that comes and goes, right? Okay, sure. So I don't consider those things because they are never permanent. So for me, what I consider,
there can be a gene of someone being an athletic. There's a lot of elements that we can add.
There's a lot of people that have got good genes as athletics, and but their kids become useless. There's a lot of that as well.
Sure.
So that doesn't guarantee nothing. So for me, as an example, I'll give you Ngami. So if I've got a kid, Omfana, like a boy, right? So I'm Hlubi. We take our boys to initiation school, right? So my kid can never go to initiation school using the woman's surname.
Okay, that's the one benefit. Okay.
That's the one benefit. That's for me.
Sorry, why not?
It's a complicated thing.
No, please uncomplicate it. I'm only saying this because I know Amahlubi fall under Maxhosa, at least in the world we live in today.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Xhosa boys. if I was to throw an arrow in the dark, I'd say over half of Xhosa boys are being raised by their mothers for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
A lot of them probably carry the mother's.
So I don't know how it works kumaXhosa because I've got no intel how it works ngabo. But I know kumaHlubi that my child has to carry my surname Magazoyagu initiation school because there's certain things that we need to do for the child.
So I'm just trying to figure out in a situation where the father died, the mom says, Agamazi time. Are you saying where you come from? All the boys where the father can't show up or they don't know the father's surname, they are not allowed to go get initiated. Or how does that work?
No. Most of them, they take their father, regardless whether the father is useless or not. So you see, that's where I'm saying that my understanding and where I come from, there is not this such a thing, this guy is useless, so must use the mother's surname. So there, that does not apply, right?
So you don't know?
No, in my area. Where
I'm trying to figure out, sorry, I'm going to try and simplify it.
Yeah.
There's a birth certificate, right? It's a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So you have a child with a woman, you guys were drunk, whatever. She hates you. She hates your guts. She tells her family, this guy hurt me, so the family hates you. The child is raised with the mom's surname. The child grows up and has to go to Entabeni, Epush, whatever you want to call it.
But we Entabeni based on
Wait, let me try and give you
because women can't take kids to Entabeni.
So this is what I'm trying to figure out, right?
Yeah, they cannot.
It's okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I'm okay. I'm trying.
Wait, just take 5 seconds.
Yeah, Siare.
Are you okay?
Let me
Sure, shamans. Sure. So there's birth certificate and then there's the father's surname. So it could be that when the child goes to initiation, they're like, no, my timer is Ngcangca. Maybe they don't need to look at the birth certificate. It doesn't matter. In a situation where this family hates you, which happens, it's common. We see it all the time.
True.
I'm trying to figure out if you have any idea what happens there. Does maybe her father or her brothers or her uncles maybe then take the child to wherever they go to say, no, let's say the surname is Mlochwa. I go and I take the boy and I'm like, no, this is my boy. And maybe that's how they do it to cheat the system. Which this boy will get initiated. And they're like, who's the father? And I stand up. It's me. But I'm lying. Do you think maybe that happens?
I'm sure it happens. For sure. I'm sure that happens. All I'm saying, I'm trying to clarify is that
only a man can take a boy to initiation.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes, because funekwenziwe imbeleko for the child, and so forth. So umntana then can go to initiation school.
So that would be the one benefit.
Oh, the one benefit, nice.
So
if I take my father's surname, assuming the old lady is not lying, I can go and get initiated.
Does that then make the assumption?
But what you've just mentioned now about the old lady not lying, I'm sure that happens a lot because yes.
Does that then assume that most of the kids in the Xhosa area that you're speaking about, they are using the father's surname?
Yes.
Can you make that assumption?
Yes.
Majority of them.
To get initiated. No,
not only.
But this thing is getting complex.
But look.
But you get my question. The kids, Open said, let's say half of the, let's say there's 100 kids here. We're living in South Africa right now, 2025. Out of that 100, how many of them, their actual surname is their father's surname on the birth certificate? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because what I'm trying to figure out is there is a possibility that more than half of those kids, the surname they represent there is the father's surname, but their birth certificate is the mother's surname. So, unless we're saying that most of them actually use the father's surname and then they can go to initiation.
No.
And we'd all just be assuming.
So all I'm saying is that where I come from, it's not like, it's not a huge area, right? So everybody knows everybody. And everybody knows Gucci, especially when everybody goes to initiation school, everybody knows Gucci. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a culture in your area.
It's a culture in
the
my area.
woman wouldn't even think about it.
No.
It's like no matter what, they'll take the father's
because everybody knows.
It's like the Jewish community. Because there are probably Jewish kids and you find out they're Jewish because their timer is Jewish. But that's not how the law works. The law is that your mom has to be Jewish. But you might find Utintwana somewhere, and then Kanjwamang would say, no, but what? Let's say the father, in this example, the father's Jewish, and he's got a sister. So Leon Twana would go via auntie, which I'm Jewish, but you find out the mom is actually Roman Catholic. So I'm sure there's people that cheat, but the culture there is
it is
everyone
like
knows what say. If you say Umlotwa, that's your timer's surname.
Yes.
Okay, that's the one benefit.
Yes.
Okay.
So now the for me now, because it's a bloodline thing as well, ne? So I think, Tebza, you should not think that reasoning alone, it's not enough. For me, that reasoning alone, it's more than enough. Forget about Imali and this, that person has got this, that family is great. They've got people about Togotela and this. I don't care about those things, to be honest.
So that's the only benefit you are mentioning.
The
Bloodline
rite
and
of passage into manhood.
That is the only one, and that's enough for you.
And bloodline as well. Me, Nangungang, like, you understand? If real Unganga, it's also my surname, so I don't know. But all I'm saying is that, assuming that Unganga, it's my real surname.
So you don't believe that your daughters must carry your surname?
If my daughters get married to someone, I discourage my kids to get married from getting married. So if they,
I see Vale.
I discourage them.
Please explain why.
Okay.
Because I think me and you had this conversation before. Because I don't. I think first of all, marriage it's outdated, right? For me now, right? And the reason for that is because a lot of things evolve over a period of time. Marriage, the way our school system works, all those things, at some point they need to evolve, right? We need to evolve and adapt certain ways of be able to live and function together, like male and female, because that's where I'm basing this thing on.
You're happy to be a hypocrite.
So meaning that you don't want your kids to change their surnames here.
Before the changing of the surnames. So you spoke about too much freedom.
Yes.
You talk about people bringing things, homosexuality, whatever.
No. Yeah.
And you're saying we have too much freedom and it's a problem. Yeah. But you're happy with freedom and evolution when it comes to marriage for you. Because someone else might say...
I never mentioned freedom. I said evolution. We need to evolve.
Yeah, but what if homosexuality is part of evolution?
No.
So you're a hypocrite. As long as you agree with it, it's fine. Because someone else might say you have too much freedom. You will get married. You can't sleep with the woman. She can't take your surname until you marry her. Because you guys have too much freedom.
There's cultures like that, yes.
You can accept that you're a hypocrite on this one. You're too free.
Yeah.
On this one.
I think Penzo, human beings by nature, you will add everything. How is to catch
No, not to add. I wanted to go to your thing on the surname and the daughters. Human beings by nature.
Human beings by nature, we pick and choose what works for us. It's like, true. So I think you are choosing this law thing, you don't like it because it works for you. Then equally you then say...
No, it doesn't work for me. That's why I'm not choosing it.
That you're saying the same thing, sure.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So we pick and choose. So I think you're correct to then say, I don't want marriage, but you're like, there's too much freedom. But no. So it's almost like which one... How should we then behave? I get it. It is what it is, man. Life is not life.
You don't agree.
No, I'm saying life is not black and white. That's what I'm just
asking if you'd like your daughters to keep your surname.
No.
Why would you want your daughter to go raise another family surname?
That's why I'm discouraging them from getting married.
So meaning that you don't want them to change their surname? Because they go hand in hand.
No. The reasoning is not that.
Okay.
Yes, the reasoning is not that.
Okay. So you don't want them to get married, but the question
if they do get married, they will take the surname of that family.
You support that?
I don't have a problem with that.
So if your daughters got married and they said we'd like to keep your surname, what would you say?
My daughters.
Yes.
And then the guy agrees.
Forget the guy. They're coming to you. They're like, Tata.
But why are they discussing it with me?
Because you're their father and they love your surname.
No, but they need to go talk to the family.
What would you say to your daughters is my question. Would you say go talk to the guy?
I'll tell them go talk to the
You
family.
don't have an opinion. You'll say it's whatever.
No. Yeah.
Go speak to the guy.
Go speak to them.
The guy says, sure, it's fine.
Nah, then that's their...
You won't say no. No, this is wrong. You have to take his surname. How are the kids going to go to initiation? You're not going to fight aggressively then?
No. Remember now. Wait. Remember now. When my daughters get married to that family, right? That family can be Tebza's family, right? Which they don't go to initiation school, maybe.
Sure.
So when the boys, when my daughter have kids, like boys, those kids, why must I take them to initiation school? Because they are Tebza's bloodline. It's got nothing to do with me. If it's from the same clan, and they need to go to initiation school, that family from the husband, They will do the right thing. I'm getting down, man.
Oh, so now you've got no issue with men taking women's surnames, as long as it's not your clan.
No, I've got an issue with that. What do you mean I don't have an issue? I mean, in my explanation.
It sounds like that.
So we just made an example of your daughters.
I'm saying...
They keep your surname. And in the family they're married into, Siamahlubi, you don't know them. They're like, hey, we'd also like to be Ngcangca. And you're like, since that family does that, I'm getting down. That's what you're saying. Which means you don't have an issue with the practice. It's only way it affects you and your clan.
No, Pen. Remember now, if Leah family, so my daughters come to me and say, listen here, would like to keep Ngcangca, and then
you become a billionaire.
Yeah.
And they meet these guys, and these guys are like, yo, Dasia. Hey, you're Mutsipe.
Now then,
and they're like, really
for the wrong reasons, then I'll refuse.
How are they the wrong reasons?
Because you're telling me about money. Once you start managing...
No, it's not money. You're a powerful man. I'm just making an example of a billionaire.
Even that, I will...
But that's why they're marrying your daughters. They come from a powerful family. You'd say no to their marriage.
See, it's like you wouldn't just allow your daughter to marry some talala from Tembisa.
Allow is quite a strong word because...
Okay, what's a better word? But
why would you choose?
Would you be fine?
The best thing is to expose your kids to environments where now that you think they are suitable for them to get partners. That's what you need to do, right? If you're really scared that they will get ipara from a temple.
But that's what Penny is saying as well, Uguti. That family is well off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys are trying to push the agenda here in Uguti. This law, it's right.
No.
And I can see that.
And then I just want
I can see that.
Let me add this last dynamic on this topic. As far as we know, Africans didn't have surnames. Surnames are colonial creation.
Yeah.
And not just Africans. In the Bible, no one has a surname, as far as I know. Maybe they'll say you're from Herschel, seer of Herschel, like Jesus of Nazareth. They don't have surnames. It's not Mary what. If you look at the British royal family, they don't have surnames as well. They'd also be named from where they come from. I've had women in the past ask me, why do men get so touched when it comes to giving the kids their surnames? And the one answer I've given them is, every woman knows that the child is theirs. Every woman. No guy knows that the child is his. And out of every gift that you can give a man, the one gift you can give is to label the child after him. Because once you've labeled the child after him, everyone in the streets knows.
But that child might not be yours.
No, that becomes technical. But the bottom line is, to the world, she's said, Ngcangca entered me and planted in me. The world knows that. Because if she says, no, I'll keep my father's surname, we don't know now who the father is. She could be telling 5 niggas, no, your child's growing fine. And when people meet this kid, they don't know. That's the one thing. The second thing is, there's a disgusting aspect in a woman giving her child her surname. Because to the world, to what I'm saying, when you meet umlot, you're like, oh, ingane you're like, no. It's as if her father impregnated her. Oh, but now my mom and Ngcangca are not together. So it's as if you belong to that timer. So the surname has to do with who your father is as a label. And why I was giving that initial context is, I think what you're fighting for and what many African guys and others are fighting for is to say, when you speak about bloodline, the woman's birthed this child. It's definitely hers. We can't fight that. A man doesn't know. And the only way to let the world know that this is your seed is to give the child your name. That's why we say, Umisu Zuluga Zwelithini. That Zwelithini's seed. The mother we know. Everyone knows the mother. Ma Ban. So it's the name more than the surname. The surnames causes fights where if the argument was, let's scrap surnames. But every child is going to have their father's name on their birth certificates as one of their names. So that when you check, who are you? When you speak clan names, I'm Penuel, Usia, Mazibuk, Sia. Hey, Winganyoka Sia. And you're like, how do you know? It's like it's your name. We know to what you're saying about every child. Every child is forced to have their father's name, as even the girls. She'll be Nadine, Priscilla, Sia, whatever. And that becomes a label. Utinganyamle, you can go and check. Whenever you ask her name and you ask her full name, my name is there. I think that's what guys are fighting for the labeling. Because the surname thing is not ours. It's not African.
But what was the motivation of this law to come into play?
Oh, you'd like to know? I can tell you that story.
Because I didn't read the whole thing.
You don't know the case?
No problem.
No, I didn't read it.
You didn't read it? Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and summarize as quickly as possible. 2 cases, 2 white couples, very important. The one, Jordan is the lady. I think the man is Van der Merwe. They went and they got married, and the woman had a symbolic feel for her surname. She loved it. Her family raised her, whatever Jordan. Van der Merwe, she told him, I love my surname. I'd like to keep it. He was like, sure. The way she loved her family so much and the way she impacted this guy, they spoke about, what if I take your surname? Mr. Jordan. And they were like, dope. They went to Home Affairs. At Home Affairs, they said, no, a man can't change. And they're like, why not? They're like, no, the system doesn't allow. It's like, no, but that sounds like gender inequality. So they took it all the way to the Constitutional Court. The second case, also white people. The woman is, I think she's Donnelly, if I'm not mistaken, and the man is Borman. They get married. The woman wants to keep her surname, also symbolic reasons. She gets double barrel. Donnelly, Borman. They both agree our children will be Donnelly, Borman. The guy says, I also want to be Donnelly, Borman. They go to Home Affairs and Home Affairs says, no, when I'm Chita, you can't change. He's like, I don't understand. This is my family's surname. My wife has got it. My kids have got it. They said, no, only a woman can get a double barrel. A man can't.
Yeah.
Took it all the way to the Constitutional Court. Now, our Constitution speaks about gender equality. And in reviewing the matter, they were like, okay, this is not gender equality. What upset people now is the way they understand the laws, the way they receive it. It's almost as if the Constitutional Court was saying, no, you're going to take your woman's surname, and also fuck culture. It had nothing to do with culture. It's not infringing on culture or your clan. If you believe in this, no one's disturbing you. But if Umchita somewhere, whether he was an orphan, he doesn't know who his parents were, maybe he comes from a really bad family, maybe his mom is a product of rape, or he's a product of rape because his mom was assaulted, whatever the case may be. He's met a woman, maybe that woman's family has raised him, even since he was a kid, to be like, to this family, and I fell in love with their daughter, and they raised him. And he's like, I want to honor this family. I want to take their surname. Or Mandela, or whatever. Because now the descendants of Mandela's kids are Mandela, including the boys. So the question becomes, when those boys get married, their wives become a Mandela, but those surnames are not their father's surnames.
You know what?
They're great-great-grandfather. But that's where this case comes from.
You know what I've realized is that
I see now.
a lot of the outrage, and maybe it's because I'm in circles where there's only black people. It seems like the outrage is only from black people. And I think, and I'm not seeing the other races going crazy as much. And it's because they are cultural. Whatever the law says doesn't impact them. They give no rat's ass about this law. It means fuck all. I think black people are afraid because they see gaps in their own culture and they see gaps in their own women and men. They're like, hey, already right now, black women are marrying foreigners. There's a whole show on Mocha Love where the thing you're speaking about is already happening. Whether the law was there or not, people are like, I'm going to marry this guy. He's going to give me 10,000 rand. Just so this guy can be a citizen of South Africa. There's a whole show on it.
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, so I think the issue we're facing now is that we've got so many gaps in our own culture. We're afraid that this thing's going to impact us. Because it seems like we are the weakest race that will always be impacted by whatever is being imposed by whatever law.
I truly agree with that.
So I think that we need to fix the people, the cultural men that are complaining. They need to fix the actual system amongst themselves in their own families so that whatever the government says is like, hey man, sharp.
That's
this
for
thing
you.
This thing is for you and that white couple.
for
They're
us.
like, hey, women
empowerment.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
Baila.
you see what I mean? So I think the issue is you guys are afraid that your own women are going to do this thing. And the other thing, it's almost like a confession that you've got weak men in the system as well that will agree to this. You guys are just afraid to go to, yes, there's something about us that will go for this thing. And you guys are not dealing with that. Forget the law. Deal with the human beings that you think are going to agree to this. And then unpack why they would agree to it. So I think that for me, that's where the issue is. Yeah.
Any closing remarks on this one?
I think it's quite a No, it's first of all, thanks for those two cases. Now I've got the picture, and I'm not surprised that Abongamla, because I know that Bona they can spot rich families, and they don't play.
I want to add another case.
Yeah.
As you close, there's a white woman who's pushing for polyandry to be legalized. She's got two husbands. One she married. This is a lady in Durban. She married this guy. They separated, and then she met a new guy. They never got divorced. They just lived apart. She met a new guy. She fell in love with him, and then the old husband came back. They fixed things, and she's like, "But I love this new guy," and he's like, "It's okay." So she's got two husbands, and she tried to marry the second guy, and they said, "No, this thing is not allowed." And she's like, "But men can take two wives." And they're like, "No." So she's also fighting this case. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to the Constitutional Court.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And then they legalize polyandry as well, because it's also it's gender unequal. Why can men take more than one wife? Why can't women take more than one husband if they're agreeable?
And those two guys are gonna take the woman's surname.
Probably
they don't mind.
Probably. Anyway, I just wanted to add it to all Ngamla, yes, are doing those things. And the other important thing for Dagi to understand is these are white laws at the end of the day. You can just choose if you want to accept, because you spoke about pedophilia, we can speak about homosexuality. There are laws now. No one's forcing you to be gay. No one's forcing you. It's a matter of how far you fight it legally. But even if you lose, you can still fight it at home or with your community. You don't have to abide by these things.
I think we're living in interesting times, Pen, and I think a lot is changing. And to Debza's remarks, I think it is important to know who you are and where you stand as a person.
That's too deep. That
right, and you need to be strong But I mean, like Debza is saying, there's a lot of weaknesses in the system. And Ebantuini themselves, like men themselves. And you need to know who you are. You need to know where you stand. And you must, like you said about me being a hypocrite in terms of evolution, but you also need to evolve very carefully as a person. Don't just follow everything that's being put out there, and because you don't know the ending mind of this thing that people are putting in. You don't know.
And the agenda being pushed.
You don't know the agenda being pushed, or you don't know. But the people that are pushing the agenda, they've sat down, they came up with this thing, and they know that even if it takes 10 years,
it's fine.
It's fine.
You know,
because we're playing a long game.
You know, there's a movement now for childless women. They're celebrating it. Women who are celebrating, I don't have kids. It's global, but it's infiltrated SA. Black women are like, I'm 35, I'm childless, I'm so happy. They're celebrating it now. They're like, if you are childless like me, hit a like. We're not alone.
Exactly my point. But anyway, I think it's quite a. We're living in beautiful times, and we just need to know who you are and stick to what works for you. You know, what has worked for you all along.
Yeah.
And evolve very carefully as well. You know, don't just evolve.
Two things I want to raise from what you're saying. Number one, you don't think women should be allowed to give children their surname.
No.
That could be a conversation. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Number two, I know you didn't agree to this, but maybe there needs to be a conversation around allowing South Africans to marry foreigners, and under what conditions, because it gets abused.
Yes.
And this would happen marrying across religions. This could happen marrying across tribes, or even families where your father says no, because that's a foreigner. We're Muslim, you're meeting a Christian guy. We are Zulu, you're with a Pedi woman. These are foreigners to us. You're going to cause problems. You may not see it, but when your kids are born, there's going to be confusion. It's not interracial. It's not a foreigner. It's not a foreigner in the country, but it's a foreigner to us. We're going to struggle.
What you're saying is so important, Pen, because the very same cultural men that are complaining have no issue with their daughters coming in and marrying the Zulu guy, bringing some Xhosa guy, or bringing some Pedi guy.
A white man from Germany.
They're like, because there's some sort of value. So I think we're just hypocrites, man. We really choose. Because depending on which era of culture you're speaking about, the law of culture did not allow you to marry outside of your clan. I remember my grandmother, they're both in the Northwest with my grandfather. My grandfather's from Lihurutsi. She's from Gamutlatla. That's about maybe an hour drive. But in the same province, literally.
Yeah, that's far.
They were not allowed to marry. They didn't want it. They would, until it got committed, he spoke to my great-grandfather, like, in fact, I want this woman. I mean, make a plan. For like 10 years, they used to call her Kiri Kiri. That's a foreigner. For like a good 10 years. Because it was not allowed. But because when there's an issue in society, we solve it. And once that solve occurs and we repeat that thing, it becomes culture. So right now, we realize that, hey man, we need to start working, man. Zulus have to come to Joyce and work. What if he gets a woman that side? Then we're like, oh, hi guys, this thing of us marrying like Amazulu Pel is not working. Because right now, this person has to travel from one province to another problem. So what is the solve? Guys, scrap this thing of us not marrying within our own clan. So what I'm saying is, we pick and choose what works for us. Because right now, anyone can marry whoever from whatever clan. But people are not contesting that. Because there was the monetary thing linked to it. That I have to travel for renewal. And mangada, I meet this person. So I'm saying even this law that's being passed now, we live in an era where of gender equality. Gender equality. So what is the solve? What is the solve right now? No, men can change surnames and surnames can change because there's an issue right now of gender equality. So what is the solve is this law that we're in. So I'm saying people pick and choose which era of culture they want to practice. So even when you speak about who are you, you need to also trace how far are you willing to go in culture. Because there's some dangerous things that used to happen in the 1600s that you can't do right now. You know what I mean? So I think there always has to be an evolution in culture. Same as Christianity. Most people, one of the reasons why they don't follow the religion is like, this thing's not evolving. Some of those laws don't make sense now in 2025.
If someone cheats, you must stone them to death.
How? Njani?
But Christian says that it's in Old Testament. It's in Old Testament.
Sure.
So when Jesus came, died for.
Therefore, it's okay now.
It's okay.
Just go pray and repent.
Yeah, that's it. I'm telling you.
No, that's true. But I'm just saying, man, I think evolution is very, very important. And you need to decide, is this part of it or not?
Careful
evolution. It's very, very...
Think about the agenda and the consequences.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, Tebzane,
Sure.
I know we're closing.
We're not closing. Sorry, we're just closing this topic.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So on this topic, right?
Yeah.
So is it a deal breaker for you, right? If my son wants to get married to your daughter,
Sure.
and my son is like, Tinekaya, we bloodline people keeping the surnames and whatever.
Sure.
And then you have a rule
Same.
So is that a deal breaker?
You know,
So now these two, they cannot get married because your daughter says, nah, my father said that I need to keep my surname. And my son says, nah, you will take my surname because I'm getting married to you. I'm marrying you.
I really don't know what is the compromise. I'll be lying to you if I gave you like an answer now that I've thought of.
Let's say my son is a billionaire.
No, those things don't really, it's not a thing because of what I'm trying to build for the giviness. Outside of even the monetary value, man, just the belief system, some of the cultural stuff that we're practicing. So for me, that would be a deal breaker. But you know what's nice about life is that once these kids are older, you can have the whole belief system that you want. They truly decide what they want.
So I'm just saying, man, and move overseas.
Yeah, you
after
know what I mean?
all your stressing and education.
So I'm just saying, for right now, like you're saying, it's like what you're saying.
True, eh?
No, that's very true. We all just want the best, and I think what's best for my kid is to keep the surname.
And we should never not sleep at night because we think in future our kids are going to go against what we teach them.
Yeah.
We just need to do our best in making sure that
They
we
will
teach them.
change, by the way.
They will change, yeah. And when they change, don't feel offended.
Yeah.
You know, you've done your best. I mean, this person is trying to write his own story or her own story. So I cannot force certain chapters in her own story. I mean, if she wants to take couple of references in my own book,
Sure.
right, or my teachings, I would be very happy.
Yeah.
But if she decides, I've
got two, man. It's the surname and business. Those are the two things that I pray to the gods that she doesn't change or he doesn't
What tends
change.
to happen is she'll find someone like you
Aish.
who's better than you.
Yeah.
So he's also that firm about his surname. He's also that firm about his business. And he's like, I found my dad. And she comes to boast. I met this guy. You must meet him. Yes. And Intwana comes through. Hey, Ntate, how are you? And then when you say surname, he sits there thinking, I heard your father, but hey, whatever, man. That's him in his life.
It's like pumped, like, yeah.
And it happens, eh?
I'm not time afraid to come with this. I mean, I'm dangerous. She goes and she dates a guy who's killed 50 people.
Hey, mfana.
When I get to your search, when you've killed 5 men, she goes and finds Umchida that's killed 50.
And you have
And Intwana's like, oh, Sanbona Bab. And you're like, no, not this boy. And it's like, this boy can kill you now. When you are feared, this boy is a killer.
Yeah.
I thought you'd like him because he does the things you do.
That is
but he's
true.
better.
That is true. I think in the future we might get to a point where it's not lobola. I don't believe in lobola. It's the day of deciding the surname. I think we might get to a stage where we're like, okay, guys, we need to decide which surname we're going with.
There will be criteria.
There will be a criteria. I think
I'd like surnames to be scrapped.
And the Mali will be part of it.
It will be the key. Whoever's paying for the ceremony gets to name.
It will be the key.
And I think surnames should be scrapped.
Why?
But we'll speak about it another day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I think they are too problematic. And what surnames were meant to do, there's an easier way of achieving that. Because you have to go to first principles. What were you trying to achieve? I want to know your clan. I want to know your religion. I want to know where you come from.
Exactly.
I want to know your language. All those things.
That's it.
So
it
if
was
I
an
say,
identifier, that
So
thing.
if I say Utebza, you speak Spedi.
Swana.
Stwana. Why do I always think Pedi?
It's from Northwest.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know why I always think Pedi.
It's because maybe of the surname Kibini.
Really?
It sounds a bit bad, yeah.
Really?
Oh, okay.
So if you say Tebza, Tswana, Johannesburg, and that becomes your identifiers, you've solved everything.
And that was the purpose of surname.
That was the purpose of surnames. There's an
That's
identifier.
exactly that, eh?
Which now that I've got this, where I think numbers play a better role, if not numbers, some other type of a QR code.
Maybe Penny, it would be good to educate people, like you're saying, maybe it's a topic for another day, to educate people about the origin of these things so that people understand, because most people don't understand.
They don't. And they fight.
And
then once
you
you fight from a point of not knowing, it becomes difficult, to even come to educated conclusion for both of you. So it becomes very difficult. So I think at some point, people needs to be taught, guys, the origin of this thing and what it was, the reason why it was created from the day one. It's because of 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've made videos. I'll make another one. I'll make another one. There was a question I wanted to ask you before we start. This one is not as heavy. Yeah, this one's not as heavy. How do you define an ex? How do you know a woman is your ex-girlfriend?
This is the third time we're discussing this thing.
Imnandi. Yeah, this one, it's got implications, but I won't go to the deep implications.
Okay, so my initial thought would be it has to be time related, right? To say that if Sizwe dated a girl and there was some sort of exchange between them for, say, some relationship don't even last a week. So let's say like a week, and maybe the fact because some people date and they don't even smash, right?
Have sex.
Yeah. They date, but they don't have sex.
You smash
for some time.
What we said? You said shambok. Must be careful of these words, but GPV.
Is it?
Oh. So then I smashed her. Hey, that guy's abusive, Moss. I'm doing shambok. Yeah. Had sex.
Yeah, had sex, right? So, and some they can stay like a year or two because the woman says, "No, I'm not ready. I'll be ready when I will." We understand.
Oh, we're dating. I'm waiting for marriage.
Yeah, we're dating, waiting for marriage, and then you break up. So let's say, Mina, I would say at least a week.
At least a week.
At least a week.
You guys spoke about it.
You guys spoke and you agreed that we now.
So you must agree.
Boyfriend and girlfriend. Yes.
You must agree.
Yes.
I move in with I meet a girl at a club. She comes home.
That's
we
a
have
fling,
we have sex.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's so cool. Let me go home. I'm like, hey, come back later. She's like, cool. She comes back. 6 months later, she's there. We've never spoken with Exes. It's my girlfriend. Every time we go out, I'm like, Exes, this is Prudence. Prudence is like, hey, this is Pen. We never say, this is my girlfriend.
But most relationships, I think right now, they are almost like that. Because people don't go and agree or conclude. Like we meet, we like each other, and then from there
we start smashing,
we see each other, and whatever the case might be. And without us sitting down and say, okay, what are we doing with this thing? Are we dating or whatever? You understand?
Sometimes women ask, what are we?
Yes, at some point they do. Yes, at some point they do. And most men, it works for them so nice that if no one is asking, they're like...
No definition.
No definition.
There's a term for that now. It's called a situationship.
Situationship. Yeah. So most men love situationship because, you know, it's a free card. You know? Yeah.
It's an open, it's an open relationship of sorts.
And they don't even ask you if you've got a boyfriend.
Sure.
Most men wouldn't do that because for them, it works for them for the way it is. As soon as you're going to start saying, what are we, you know, I also have a boyfriend, but I think I like you more. Then that would be the last time they see that guy in most cases.
Sure.
In most cases. So for me, I think, Pen, at least a week, man.
But you must say.
And you guys must agree that this is a relationship.
This was on Metro FM with Andile Ngube no Faith Mangope.
Yeah.
Andile makes an example. Sorry?
They always discuss those interesting topics.
Andile says he was in a situationship with a chick. They were having a good time. They out in the streets and this girl is like, hey, this is my boyfriend. Andile.
Yeah. Andile was like, since from when?
when the woman introduces you, when you introduce the girl, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Does that make it official? Or must the other person...
The other person must also agree.
So later on, they must be like, hey, listen, I'm not your boyfriend.
Yep.
I know you introduced
me,
but I'm not your girlfriend. Please don't.
Don't do that again.
And it's like, but we've been together for 7 months. Yeah, we're not dating. And then they split. Those are not exes.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Same guy dates a girl for a week. Yo, you're my woman. Oh, you're my man. I love you. End of the week, you find out maybe you guys are related or she's had a whatever, and you're like, no, fuck this. I can't be with you.
That's an ex.
That's a relationship.
Yes.
But he has a thing with a lady for 7 months. They go away on holiday. They book. They speak about having kids.
But that's also a relationship because that's how you guys are relating. Although you're not defining it as boyfriend, girlfriend. But it is a relationship of some
But not
sort.
a romantic relationship.
It is a romantic, you guys are smashing.
But she's not an ex.
Look, Pen, if it's a relationship, right, of whatever kind,
okay.
The only thing you see, that's a bit complicated because you guys are in a relationship. Whether you spoke about it or not, I think in this case, if I can just change a bit, whether you spoke about it or not, but if you bring someone from a club and then you never see that person again, that cannot be your ex. But if that person comes later and comes next week and you guys are having some sort of whatever.
It's called a situationship.
Situationship. So you've got a relationship that is your ex.
From a situationship.
Why not?
Because we never agreed that we're dating. I had a girlfriend. She has a husband. We just meet up for gang. Now I must say, hey, that's my ex.
No, you don't have to define it like that to people. If someone asks you.
Because there are people thinking, no, minang nama ex 5. And when you ask them, they're like, hey. I never dated no muntu. Hi.
So let me ask you this because I think I'll be able to answer myself. If you go to a brothel and you always ask for that one chick all the time.
Yes.
And you get smashed, you talk, and you have some time, you spend time and week after week, month after month, year after year. And then at some point something happens and then you guys decide that, you know what, I think it's not good for us to do this thing anymore, although I know you're paying me for it. And then you guys sort of split. Is that...
Thank you, Tebza.
Thanks, Tebza. Is that a relationship? Was that a relationship or what?
I wouldn't call it a relationship.
Why?
Because it's transactional. The fact that you get along with the person doesn't make it a relationship. The fact that you're having sex, for me, because I wanted to ask about sex and age to you.
Yeah.
To try and help you formulate some type of an answer.
Yeah.
Is there like a minimum age? So when you were in grade R, una 6, there was a 5-year-old girl and you were like, yeah, I'm going to marry this one. And every time the parents meet, it's like, there's Sia's girlfriend. No, it's Valentine's. I want to buy her flowers. And then she goes to another grade 1 school, you go to another. Is that your ex or is there a minimum age? 12, 15, 19? Because you've said now, for you, generally, a week.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, they must have agreed.
Yes.
Of course, we can do the nuances, but a week must have agreed. Now I'm asking, is there a minimum age where you start taking that stuff seriously? And you're like, oh, that's my ex. When did you date? In grade R. You remember Crash?
No. That cannot, because I think when someone can be able to reason things out on their own without being assisted by parents or guidance, then, 16, 17, 18 or 20 above.
You'd say 16.
From 16
So
upwards.
girls you dated in primary school don't count.
No,
What if you guys had sex in grade 8 and 14?
So, and we were calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yes, we started dating grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. She even fell pregnant, but we had to abort. We didn't tell the parents, but we were together for 3 years. And then her parents got another job and then she moved and we split. But we were 13, 14, 15. I fucking love that girl, bro.
That would be an ex. But,
Based on what?
But
You believe they were reasoning?
There was a child, in fact.
Because there was a child.
there was a child.
There's
And you
kids.
guys, and you guys reason to say let's abort because
There's kids in the Eastern Cape now. It's come up from
I
age
know
10.
you were going to go there.
yes,
From 10.
10.
From age 10.
From
From age 10.
both of them are 10.
No, I'm saying 85 kids came out. I think it's between the ages of 10 and 14
Yeah.
that had kids. I'm saying from age.
Abantu abadala.
So we don't know. That's one of the things that's
problem.
upsetting me. I saw Faith Mangope getting emotional, and I found myself getting emotional that she's emotional because she was like, that's statutory rape. I'm like, no,
But you
man.
don't know.
You
Maybe-
can't fucking say that.
Yeah.
God, we don't even need to ask. That's statutory. I'm like, you can't say that until you actually know who slept with the child. Because I don't know
if it's a
about 10, but
12-year-old?
11, 12-year-old boys, their semen works.
Yes.
Because I think what
It's
the law permits, when you're 12, you can sleep with until 14. The law permits that. Ne?
And
Yeah, when
let
you're
me
12,
give you the law. Let me give you the law.
12
So
plus 2 or something.
the age of consent in South Africa officially is 16.
Yeah.
So when you're 16, you can sleep with anyone.
Above.
At any age, above.
Yes.
Anyone at any age. When you're 16, you can go 3 years down.
Oh, I thought it
Up
was
to
2.
13.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 years down. 16.
three.
But that's the official age. Then there's a technical.
So a boy is 16, the girl is 13.
Yes,
Yes.
that's allowed.
That's the law.
So there's
Seriously?
a yes.
Yes.
I'm just using 16 as an official. But there's a technical one which is 12.
Yeah.
But
From
it's 12.
12 only up. Not down. Only up 3 years. 12-year-olds can sleep with anyone within a 3-year
Oh,
bracket.
yes, that's the one I wanted to find out. Yeah.
So from 12, 13, 14, 15,
16,
you can
yeah.
sleep with anyone in a 3-year range.
yes. That's the one.
Anything under 12.
That's the one that people don't know. That one is the dangerous one.
Anything under 12 is statutory rape. Anything under 12. That also meets the criteria of pedophilia. 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem becomes if the girl is 11 and the boy is 12, 13. Technically, that's statutory rape, but the boy now, it's like when at 18, he's reached the age of consent, which is 12. Unfortunately, it wasn't a 12-year-old, it was an 11-year-old, 10. I think that probably have to look at that case on a merit basis to be like, these are kids, man. We can't punish this boy, but it's not allowed. The problem, I think, is 12 can go all the way 12, 13, 14, 15. Maybe the problem is when you start looking 16, 17, sleeping with an 11-year-old. Now we're having a conversation to say, why is this grade 11 boy sleeping with a grade 5?
Grade
Type
6,
of-
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I was just asking that example of 2 young kids decide to, because you spoke about a child, and I'm like, 10-year-olds can have kids.
If there's a child pen, I think it becomes a bit complicated because
Is that now an X?
okay, let me put it this way. Let's say they decide not to abort and the child is born and whatever.
Okay.
What do you? I mean,
It wasn't an ex. I
Why?
never dated that girl. I meet a girl at a club. We're both sort of drunk. I'm like, Exe, I don't have protection. She's like, don't worry. I'm on contraceptive. I'm like, I don't believe you. She's like, check, here's my patch.
Yeah.
And let me take a pill to show you. Shy, pregnant. She sees you 7 months later. She's like, Exe. And you're like, hey, you're pregnant. Hey, congrats. She's like, don't fucking congrats me. This swine. This is yours, father. And you're like, hey. You said you're on contraceptive. She's like, hey, I don't know what happened. But this is you, boy. And look, we can do a paternity. I don't mind. But this is definitely you. That can't be an ex. A child can't be a definer that you're now dating a person. As soon as the person falls pregnant, therefore they are your girlfriend,
No, they're
boyfriend.
an ex, man.
No.
Aye.
My question was just age. So you're saying roughly 16, you're happy?
Roughly 16.
Roughly 16. The other one I wanted to ask was sex. I'm with a woman for a week, according to you. We're at a good age. We're 20 years old. We don't have sex at all. I'm now 40 years old. It's like, it's like, hey, there's my ex. Oh, you dated. Who's a celebrity that we never use as an example? One is celebrity friend. Lona. Oh, Lona's nice. Lona Masego. I'm like, if it's Lona's my ex. Do I not tell her no Lona? Sure. When? We were 20, Twana, we met at a church thing. And then I was like, I really like you. I like you too. And then we started dating. And then a week later, she was like, hey, you know what? Actually, man, I prayed on it. I read my Bible. We can't be together. When you're not really Christian, so
Yeah.
fuck. But we did kiss once.
Yeah, but that is your ex.
Ow.
His sex should not be I mean, why should
So mina mele ngihambe ngithi sewulona as my ex ntwana ku grand.
What? They're like, imshayeke lamza kayi-one.
Ntwana amshangelanza ntwana. Futhi I think wakhipha
ex
ithanga.
yakho? Ex yakho.
Because it's Lorna.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Sex is not a definer for you of an ex.
no, it should not. Yeah, no, it should not be a definer. I mean, it's exactly the same thing we're talking about. You settle up in to fagi patch, whatever the case might be. I'm shyer, and then you don't even have a number.
That's sex though.
No, I'm saying I'm saying it should not be.
Sure.
Yeah, it should not define Uguchi manje when you are my ex because shy.
I really think, especially when you get older, like over age 30, anyone you never had sex with must be scrapped from exes. Angazi ngishaya. So zange sijole nalo.
Ngiyafana.
Mfethu benjola but awukazi what are we talking about here? Now your woman's like, oh, that's my husband's ex. And she bumps, she's like, we're together for 3 weeks, but I mean, come on, we didn't do anything. He really goes around telling people I'm his ex. That's weird.
Yes. It's such a simple question, but very difficult and complicated.
But for you, sex is not really a definer.
No, man. I mean, because I know, and I've been in a situation whereby I dated someone for 2 years or so, and we never had sex.
Kodwa when ufuna ukuthi ex yami le.
There was an emotional connection.
It was best
How
joy,
mfethu.
like when we check whatever hlangana, calling each other almost all the time. Ngalama phone wakudala like Telkom.
Hey. Or wakuthinta somewhere.
Yeah,
Waka-affecta someone.
umshayeli.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can tell the way he's
For sure.
answering Usia Gutai lecture lena.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we're using this as a real case example, but these are the times when Amachita start building a credit record.
Yeah.
Jabolo uyangikweleta lo.
Yeah.
No?
It happens. It happens.
Sike sihlangane mina nawe. Uyangikweleta. We were together for 2 years when uyakhumbula.
Wangincitsha.
We ex yang kodwa officially kuyashoda.
Come to short time.
Kumele senze official just ube ex ephelele. Huh?
So you must call him, man. Go to that telecom phone.
No.
You believe there's I'm sorry, this is a disgusting question, but I'll ask it. We're here. Do you believe there are people that owe other people sex?
No.
We were dating long distance. We used to have phone sex. We used to send each other videos and nudes. And I'm like, as soon as I come to South Africa, boy, you can have my whole body.
Yeah.
It's all yours. Ithathe yonke baba.
Yeah. But that's
And then something happens, and you know, she moves on, she dates someone, now she's maybe married, and then she got divorced. And I was like, hey, I'm actually finally coming to South Africa, we should do coffee. You don't think she owes you?
Yeah, that.
You don't think you're like, hey, you remember you said
10 years
ever
ago
you come to Ngcangca?
But Kolota, it's something else. I mean, it's like I mean, if she doesn't want to do it anymore, then what?
No, then look, we are quite
So Kolota, it's in your mind, it's not in her mind.
Angithi phela she can also define ukuthi ngiyamkweleta or not. But I'm just
Yes.
saying, we are nkweleta lo. But yes, they may not pay because they're just like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want. I've moved on, my
Yeah.
life is. But in your head, you're like, eh. But one day, kwavela, I'm
No,
collecting
that
on my
happens.
debts.
No, I will not.
Do you
act
believe
others.
there are people that owe other people sex?
You see, with that question to say, do I believe that the next person owes me sex because of the promises
Sure.
that they've made
Yes.
while Tina were together, maybe that time?
Yes.
No, nobody owes you nothing.
Do you believe people can owe each other experiences or gifts? You're like, you know what? As long as I'm alive, one day I'll take you to this restaurant. I always wanted to take you. And now she's old, I'm married. You remember you said you'd take me to the restaurant. I know we're not together, but you owe me. Do you believe that's fair? You're like, hi, I don't want to take you anymore. It's like, but you promised. You said,
I see
as
where you're
long as
going.
you're alive.
I see where you go. Yeah, no, that's fair.
So you owe her
It's
the restaurant.
No. It's fair to ask, for her to ask.
Oh,
to
but,
say,
you
remember.
don't owe her.
No, I don't really owe her the thing. I don't really. If I don't want, I don't want. I'll just say, man.
But it's fair for her to think that you owe her at least.
It's fair for her to think
Sure.
that it's the same with sex.
And then you'll be
it's
like,
fair
look-
for me to think that person owes me sex.
Let me ask this question. It's on brand, but let me close off here. Spousal maintenance
Yeah.
is a very triggering topic for a lot of people. Spousal maintenance argues, Mr. Kibine, Mr. Dube, Mr. Ngcangca, you accustomed this woman to a certain lifestyle. You guys are getting divorced. So you need to maintain this lifestyle until she can afford it herself, until she decides she no longer wants the money from you, or until she meets someone else who marries her. Then you don't have to pay her anymore. That's spousal maintenance, and that's the law.
But that goes for men as well, right?
That goes for men as well. A man can also claim from a woman and be like, no, she was the breadwinner. I don't have a place to stay. She was paying for my car, whatever. In that conversation of spousal maintenance, they only discuss money. They don't discuss service. So as umchid, you're like, no, I'll pay her. I got accustomed to this lifestyle. Handbags, nails, what, Your Honor? Hey, man, it's my fault. But she got me accustomed to blowjobs,
Yeah.
sex 3 times a week.
No, that's fair.
She'd clean my house.
Before you even finish, that's fair. Continue. Continue.
What's fair?
Continue.
No, it's fair.
Continue.
Do you think spousal maintenance should only be paid if the person receiving the maintenance is also offering some type of service? Because their whole argument is, yes, he was a Springbok. And I did all the stuff. I'd make sure that the house is clean and the kids. And it's like, okay, sure. You know what? You were the soldier behind the scenes. Siyakubonga. Now you're divorcing. He's still a Springbok, still earning money.
Yeah.
But now who must do those things? Because the budget oyifunayo is meant to pay someone. But you're not doing it anymore. So mama, look, maybe the sex one is tough because that infringes on people's bodily consent. But you will go clean his house. You will take care of his kids. You will pick his mother up from the airport. You will do makoti duties when something's happening at his home. You will, until you say I no longer want his spousal maintenance.
Why is it based on a new
It's only one person is getting the benefits. The other one loses them.
And it's based on who has more money.
And not who adds more value.
Yes.
Because Umchita Mhlampe was
yeah.
maintaining with 3 stina, but this woman was homeschooling the kids, cleaning the house, cooking chef, gourmet meals, helping his family, find jobs. She was heavy lifting.
Sure.
But now he must provide money, but she doesn't have to provide any service anymore. Or the other way around, where the woman's like, I'll pay spousal maintenance to this motherfucker who cheated on me. It's fine because I've got more money. But he's going to drive me to work. He's going to pick me up from work. He's going to come do the garden. And they look at it on paper. They're like, look, since, I'll use this example because it's real. Since Mbali, Black Coffee is paying you this money, we need to know what you're going to be doing for him.
Yes.
So that at least we can as a just court, be able to substantiate. Why is Black Coffee paying this lady? No, ba show in court go to Ngcangca mhlawumbe azoclean indla coffee. She must help him motivate her. She must give him business. All the things she must do. There doesn't have to be intimacy, but to replace the intimacy, he's like, no, maybe she can write me a love letter once a month.
That's puzzle thing. Even if he made Inga, let's say we break up, we didn't have children.
It's got nothing to do with children.
I'm still new guy.
The children get child maintenance.
It's got nothing to do with the
spousal is for your spouse.
It's for him. But
then
then they need to sort of put an addendum in that specific law and make sure that exactly what you've just said, Uguti, there must be some sort of benefit, whether from a guy's point of view or from the woman's side. But there must be some sort of benefit for both of you. It cannot be just one-sided. And that is why abantu, they committing the crimes they committing. Because feel uguti. And abanye bayakwarana, you know. Tebza is paying this money. Umsendeli picture uguti. Look, motherfucker, I'm out with my new boyfriend. Those things, it's not good. Yeah, but, and I don't know what was that.
She's living in your house. Your groceries, your car, and another nigga is
exactly
fucking her till she screams in that same house. Driving that car you're paying installments for.
Exactly.
But when you say to the judge, Mina, your honor, I've got no benefits. It's like, well, tough.
The law.
You decided to get married. The law says this. This should be one that should be taken to the constitutional court.
I think so.
To say there needs to be a reciprocal benefit because I'm losing something. So it doesn't have to be sex. That's too deep. But she must maybe do more heavy lifting with the kids. She must help my family.
Even the sex one must be in there. I know the law.
No, it can't. That's sexual assault.
I hear that because there's a law. But even now,
maybe she must pay prostitutes for you. Or maybe she must find you a partner. Something.
I don't like this job. I'm taking this job because in fact I have to make sure you guy know. Maybe
the conversation must be.
And she will say also, sorry, Pen. She will say also, once a year, Debs used to take me to Maldives, and now I'm used to that lifestyle. I want to go to Maldives, and I need 2 tickets because I'm going with my new boyfriend.
Santorini, Greece.
I used to go with you, so I'm used to go with someone.
I need to go with someone. No, let me bring back what you're saying about sex. You're very right. I think if it's a woman or a man, and the person says, I used to get sex from this person, I think the other person must replace the sex, but it doesn't have to be them. It's very difficult. It's very complicated. But then your woman maybe will say, I'm willing to pay at this place for him to get off, or I'm willing to find someone who can replace that. I will take that. It's like cleaning. I'm giving you, why are you paying this woman? She used to clean my house. And it's like, mama, you still have to clean the house. She's like, I'm not going to fucking clean the house there. That's where you used to sleep with that bitch. But I will send someone. It's going to be my responsibility to find someone. I'm getting 5,000 a month as spousal maintenance because I used to clean his house. And I found someone who cost 1.5 to go and do the same cleaning. To go and help with I will be responsible for it, even if it's not me personally. So yes, he says he used to ejaculate from me, he used to get blowjobs. I will find someone. That's my responsibility.
And send a picture as well.
If I can't find,
No. This thing has to be. We want gender equality.
If mama, you can't keep giving him sex.
Yeah.
If you can't find someone to give him sex, then this part of spousal maintenance you can't get.
Okay.
So Bufunu 15 scoto, he says the sex, or we've quantified the sex is worth 5. So if you're not willing to do that, be willing to forego the 5K.
Squad,
yeah, and that's okay. Then that's balanced. You can take the 5K and go buy yourself prostitutes. His house used to be cleaned at 5 squad. You're like, I'm not cleaning his house. Can you find someone? Fuck that for him. It's like, okay, you either find someone to clean or you don't get this money.
Yeah.
But there must be some reciprocal benefit.
That needs the concord.
I agree.
That one needs the concord.
So I hope someone listens to this and says, no, fuck this. I'm going to go to court and fight this. Because that I will vote for. That I'll vote for.
I did an exercise with Penson the last time he was here, and I'd like to do it with you if you don't mind.
No stress.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 tweets / memes. I'm going to read it for you. I'd like you to share whatever thoughts come to your mind, and then I'll allow Debza to share his thoughts as well. This one is from someone on Twitter called @SHX is their handle. The caption is bitter truth, broken heart emoji. So that's the caption. The meme that they posted says, after education, you've defeated illiteracy, not poverty. The streets await you. So after you finish school, you've defeated being uneducated.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean you've defeated poverty. The streets are still calling, Baba, for that.
And I think that is the truth, because, I mean, we can see reality in South Africa. A lot of that is happening. I saw the other time someone posted themselves with wearing a gown that they're having a master's in whatever. I think, and I can't remember just the qualification. And they're working at Box or something. You know, so that is the painful truth, actually, that a lot of people think going to school, getting a degree or whatever the case might be, it's gonna take them out of, it's automatic that it's gonna take you out of poverty. It will never take you out of poverty automatically, right? You might be lucky that you went to school through a specific company, gave you a scholarship, and then they want you to come and work for them, and then they train you and whatever. Or you went through school with a loan, NSFAS, and then from there, when you are out, then you need to go look for work, right? And the chances of you getting work and the chances of you not getting work is 50-50. So it is the truth. I fully agree with that.
Okay. Debza?
Before I say my opinion, there's I don't know if it's they want to pass it as a law that I'm a student loan, when you speak about NSFAS, they're gonna take them to the credit so that it can be blacklisted. Such a crazy thing.
Seriously?
Yeah, they were speaking about it this week.
It's been withdrawn.
It's been withdrawn. Oh,
Let me
thank
try and
God.
give context.
Yes, please.
Was it they even thinking about that?
Was it Upakstau? But anyways, I'm not sure if it's a grant yet. I haven't confirmed that. But
Okay.
NSFAS used to be a loan. And if you passed your subjects, I think 60% would be converted into a grant back then. I don't know if it's a full grant now. People will correct us. But the bottom line is those were that became loans. A lot of people didn't pay them back. So NSFAS is struggling now because they're not getting money back. And sadly, a lot of these
other
kids are not, they're working, but they're not paying it back. And now, yes, they can't pay it forward and give it to other kids. So they were thinking of blacklisting, which is not a real thing, by the way. It just means you want to get a negative
Credit
thing
score.
at the credit bureau, a negative credit score. They were thinking of doing that to encourage people to pay back. And people got very upset. We don't have jobs. We don't have money. Send Funugus blacklist. Freedom Charter said education is meant to be free for all. And
Oh, okay.
so,
Nice.
yeah. But there was pressure from the public and it's been withdrawn for now.
I think they need to relook at it. I think to make the assumption that every single person is not able to pay is crazy.
They
I
must
think-
track them.
Yeah, I think
No, they must track those ones. That they must have a
there-
system. Those ones that are
Yeah.
working, they must pay back.
Yeah.
Because it's meant for other kids as well.
There are people who are living nice, man. They spend probably 5,000 rands on alcohol every single weekend, and they bangenis get through NSFAS. I think they must track those people, man. They must pay.
And I'm sure you can. There's some sort of arrangement with NSFAS, to pay them. You don't have to pay them. I know they give you. You need to pay maybe 1.5 or 2,000 every month for this period.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you can arrange with them if you really
You
cannot
can
afford.
always arrange, yeah.
Yeah, we
You
can arrange
can,
with them
man.
and say you can only afford to pay 500.
If they-
Imagine if all the people that can afford to pay 500, they really pay 500. A lot of other kids will be able to get the same grant or same loan.
If they can do this thing where maintenance through the business, what is it called? There's a certain term for it where you speak to the company and they take out the money automatically.
Kanishi order.
Yeah, they can something like that. They can do it for much cheaper.
It's a court order that goes onto your pay slip to say this money, same as medical aid
Yeah,
and pension,
they
goes
should.
straight to.
The government, I think they should. But yeah, with what you're saying, I think, and this is where things have evolved, man. Education was the answer. there was a certain time where it was the only answer, Proam. Like in fact, like Mandela has a famous quote, education or something like that. There was a stage where it was an answer. It's unfortunate now it's not the answer.
I think it's also an issue of supply and demand, right? So back then, there was a huge demand to educate people because there was almost none educated then. So there was a huge demand to educate those people for a certain purpose, right? That they needed them back then for certain jobs and etc. So now there's just thousands of graduates from vets and techies and this and that every year, but nobody's really creating the jobs. So the supply is
Supply and
huge.
demand, you know?
So the supply is huge of these graduates that are coming out, and year in, year out, right? But the job creation, it's not there. And this creates, and also, us as, if I speak for South Africans, we are not being taught to self-help, to a point whereby, let's say I go to school, I study entrepreneurship, right? I come out and still want to go work for Penuel.
That's correct.
You understand what I'm saying? I cannot say I've studied entrepreneurship. You know what? I'm going to start from nothing. I'm going to come here with Tebza and say, Tebza Mfetu, for this week, as long as you can feed me and if after a week we are happy, we can discuss all I need from you is that, can you please also talk to Pen and Lucia, because they live in this, you guys living in the same neighborhood. I would like to go do the same with them. I can work with them for a week. That's my model. And then after that, so then you build from that. I mean, if you read a lot of people that have been successful in business, a lot, right? I know there's another huge number whereby it's given to them.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of people that started from nothing, they somehow worked for peanuts.
Yeah, they were all service to someone else. Yeah.
And then they build up and they build up and they build up. And then they get to a certain point whereby abantu bacabanga ukuthi, no, this person was an overnight success and whatever the case may. So graduates in South Africa, a lot of them, and the other thing is that we're not united. We cannot come together and say, okay, Pen, I know Ntwana Etlasini Ubuntu Ambunga this and this. You are very good when it comes to this. You speak very well, and we can send you when we and we know Sia can put this business deal together like this, and we know Tebza can bring this. Let's just come together and try to start something, and maybe have a timeline saying when this thing blows up, because we know people always fight. Mna ezusia, my ambition is to do this. After, let's say, 5 years, we're pushing this. Tebza wants to do this. Upen wants to do this. We'll just split like that. And then maybe we move. And if you sell this business, you can sell this business and own a little bit of equity from this business. But we're not involved in terms of running the business. And then we're doing our own things. But we're not united enough to be able to do it. Always there's going to be a person who's going to try to between the three of us and try to screw this person and that person, or sitting alone there and say, you know what? I'm just waiting for that money to come in. Yeah. I know.
That's nice.
Yeah. And after that, I know I'm the one who's going to see it first. And I'm a cheater. They trust me. And I'm going to run away with it.
Yeah. Sounds like you speak about OBE. Outcomes-based education, which I think is a really great model. And many people didn't understand it. Our teachers are not great quality, sadly. And they get into a rhythm of how to teach every year. And then when they get disrupted, they get very angry. Outcomes-based was just saying, these are the objectives. Let the education speak to the objective. And in OBE, they came up with this teaching model of saying teamwork, trying to build this culture. But this thing happened. The lazy kids would sit. They'd want to be in the team with the smart kids. They don't do their job. They all get the same mark. The smart kids were like, I can't work with these fucking lazy palms. And then my mark is the average of the team. But part of the problem is our education system does reward individualism versus teamwork. And we need to try and fix that somehow.
We need to fix that.
To say, guys, you'll get your marks regardless. But maybe you can get extra marks or whatever if you can show that you helped other kids in the team.
Yes.
And then the other kids in the team or in the class that don't do well, if you maybe go cheer on this kid at sports, we'll give you extra marks because we're trying to teach this culture of teamwork. I was blessed and honored and privileged to be an adjudicator and a speaker at the Raymond Ackerman Academy, the UJ School of Entrepreneurship, a couple of weeks ago. And I remember speaking to them and saying, number one, networking must happen here with you guys. Number two, saying you guys must start a stokvel here. You're going to go out there looking for funding. And you here with your parents and your friends and whatever. But to what you're saying, the kids finish that entrepreneurship course. And this is not an issue of the Raymond Ackerman Academy. It's all the entrepreneurship schools I've gone to or incubation. It's not like a demo. You're starting the school. We're going to give you monopoly money. And we're going to give you monopoly money, but then we're also going to teach you how to get real money. And as you're doing the course, we're going to give you qualification on monopoly money. We gave you 10,000 Rand in demo money, and you're going to show us how you build a business and how you run a business, and you're going to sell. But we also wanted to do so that you get 80% here in theoretical money.
The real one.
But then also we helped you raise 500. And at the end of your course, your 500 was turned into 2,000. And we give you a mark for that. So that when you leave, you're like, we know you left with 2,000 real money.
That would be good.
But they don't do that. Kids literally get an entrepreneurship diploma.
And that's it.
And they put it on their CV and then they go asking for jobs. I studied entrepreneurship.
And also, I mean, I know teachers that teach that at school, but those guys don't even own a tuck shop. So I don't know, like you saying, they open a book.
Yes.
And that's what they do. They teach according to the book. But even they themselves, they cannot even apply it to themselves.
They can't. Sadly.
So what are you teaching us?
Let me read it again and we go to the next one. After education, you have defeated illiteracy, but not poverty. The streets await you. The next tweet is from @JohnnyXBrown. Unpopular opinion. Medication should be a last resort. Most health problems can be solved through lifestyle changes.
Facts.
Medication should be a last resort. Most health problems can be solved through lifestyle changes.
True story.
Facts.
True story.
You've written a book.
About fasting, yeah.
You came here maybe the second last time and you spoke about how you lost 20 kgs.
Yeah.
You believe in fasting and all those things.
Yeah. So I believe in, fasting.
Maybe start with your book. What's the name of your book?
Fasting for, the essential guide to fasting for vitality and health.
Where is it available?
Take a lot. Yeah.
If you make sales, also Sky Commission.
Yeah. So guy 10%.
Nazo. Say the name of the book.
What's the name of the book?
The essential guide for fasting for vitality and health.
By
Ngcangca. Just say Ngcangca.
Ngcangca, take a lot.
Take a lot, yeah.
And then your books will show up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just briefly, when I had to make a change because first of all, my health was not, I could see, the first thing that you need to agree that you've got health issues. So my health was not the greatest. I was always tired. I was huge, joint pains. And I got a huge scare when I was told that my cholesterol is high and my sugar is on the higher side, although it's on the, sort of allowable bracket, but it's on the higher side.
Sure.
So they said, now we need to check it again. We might, and I hate drugs, taking pills, and I really hate. So I was like, no ways, man. I have to change something, And also, when my mother was sick, having stage 4 lung cancer, I was like, then I started sort of researching more and more to say, I'm sure there must be like a cure for this thing. Without
for cancer?
Yeah, like there must be some sort of cure for this thing without you going through chemo. Chemo does not cure cancer. It just
destroys cells.
It destroys cells and it delays the eventual thing, that is going to happen. So there must be. So I started researching more and more and more. Then came across information that there's people that cured this thing through lifestyle change, right? And some it takes longer, some it's really quick, because if you go read more and more about specifically cancer, right? Not the only thing, but sugar sort of spirals cancer big time. The more you take sugar, it messes with cancer. Loves sugar.
It feeds those virus cells.
It feeds it big time. So if you only cut that from just your diet, it makes a huge difference. Huge difference in your life. So, and sugar, it's a problem in all spheres.
It's the number one drug, I think, in the world, if I'm not
always say
mistaken.
It's a number one, yes.
The number one,
yes.
yeah.
Before alcohol, before narcotics, sugar is the number one drug. And it starts when you're a child.
And imnandi.
Oof. And the high. You can see the high
I
with kids.
was reading the history
And there's
of
sugar in almost
yesterday.
everything.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was reading the history of sugar yesterday. And they speak
Processed sugar.
Processed sugar.
Yeah, just sugar, just the origin of it. Yeah, it first started in, was it Guinea? And this person was just chowing this sugar cane, man. And they realized that, wait, man, after this spike, something happens to your body, man. Then a lot of people start to have a lot of energy. Like, what is it? And then it got to a point where there was a point where sugar was like gold. It was a rare thing.
And everybody wanted it.
And then everybody wanted it. In fact, when they speak about the biggest slaves that moved from Africa to Guinea, Brazil, America, about 12.5 million of them, half of them were just going to sugarcane plantations. That's how
We had
big it
slaves.
is.
We had slaves brought in from India
Yeah.
to work the sugarcane fields in KZN.
Yeah. True. So it's sugar, man, is crazy.
Yeah,
But
sugar is quite bad for a lot of people. And most people, they don't know that modern day sicknesses like your high blood, your sugar diabetes, arthritis, and all these other common stuff that people are now having, you can self-cure those things. Just by change of lifestyle, diet, whatever, you can. And I'm not saying that lifestyle in terms of you need to go to the gym every day and run on the treadmill for 1 hour, whatever. You can walk. You can make sure that at least you don't sit down for more than an hour continuously unless otherwise you are in a situation whereby, like we're shooting now, or you are in a meeting that is taking longer.
Or you're in a plane.
Or you're in a plane.
Hey, but sometimes even in a plane, you can get up and
You
walk.
can get up. I do that.
Yeah.
But you can make changes that don't require you to have a lot of money for you to be able to make those changes.
Yes.
So it's free to walk more. You cannot say you don't have time to walk more, right? So you make that change so that you become more active. And also there's certain things, unfortunately, good change requires painful decisions that you need to make about your own habits that are not good for you and for your lifestyle, right? So also what you eat. So you see, like fasting, for example, when you're sleeping, you're fasting.
That is correct.
Yeah.
You can't eat while you're sleeping.
Yeah, you can't eat. Yeah. So let's say you go to bed 8 o'clock or your last meal was 6 p.m., right? So from 6 p.m. and you're not going to snack or do anything because that's very dangerous. So then you go to bed maybe 8, 9 o'clock, whatever. Then you wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock. So when 6 hits, then you are 12 hours fully fasting.
Correct.
Right? And the only thing that you need to do is to push it a little bit, maybe to 10 o'clock before you take your first meal, right? And then 10 o'clock, maybe that's now 16 hours. So 10 o'clock, you can take your first meal.
Break fast, breaking the fast.
And then you break the fast, right? But it is important, the way you break your fast, it's extremely important because at that point in time that your insulin, which is the hormone that regulates your blood sugar, right? So if you eat something sweet or with sugar or anything like that, it will spike it, right? And when it spikes it, it will go up. And then now it cannot do its job properly the way it's supposed to do it in your body. So it will be up there. Yes, eventually it will come down. But the problem is that with people, at 11 you snack, you eat a chocolate, then it goes up again.
Sure.
And then at 1 o'clock, you go have a big lunch. Then so literally it does not have a chance to come down to the normal level. It is always up there. It does this a little bit, Then it's 6 o'clock, now you eat the big meal again.
Yes.
And then when you go to bed, now the insulin now says, okay, now let me start working. But then when you wake up, you start.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's why at some point you get to a point whereby, and Abanyaban, they will say, no, but because it's like people like me, if that happens, I easily gain weight. I balloon, right? But there's people that don't balloon, but you become sick. You are thin, right? Or you've got a very good body, but you've got sugar diabetes, you've got high blood pressure, you've got high cholesterol. You don't need to be fed to have those things. It's because ukulela ngaphakathi.
Yeah.
It does not show on your physical structure,
Sure.
but uyagula. So people must be very careful. I would advise anybody that is feeling sick, we've got a group, right, that we created, the fasting group, right? And there's a lady in that group. She recently shared her picture, right? Before and after. And she was like, you know what? I'm so grateful that I would never ever stop doing what I'm doing because it's a nice lifestyle now. You know,
You guys saved the life. Literally.
yeah. And this lady was like, I would never ever ever. And says that I don't take pills anymore. I sleep very well at night. I'm happy. My energy is always high. You know, I'm not saying that don't ever eat and whatever. Just control, and what you eat, it's important. You cannot have 3 slices of bread with margarine and peanut butter in the morning and a cup of coffee or tea with 4 spoons of sugar. That's not breaking a fast. You're clogging. That's not breaking the fast. So you can ease, and this lifestyle is actually extremely cheap compared to other people thinking that what must I eat now? You understand? You can eat eggs. They're not going to spike your insulin. You can eat eggs. You can in the morning you can have avocado. You know, very good to break the fast. You know, it's healthy fats that you can have, and your eggs don't have them with the seed oil. You know, don't put these seed oils in when you're making your eggs because seed oils are quite dangerous. You know, they've got hexane, which is it's used in petroleum, which is not good for you. Right? So
that's the oil we use most because sunflower oil is the one it dumile.
Yes, it's dangerous for you to use, right? So rather use butter. I know some people say it's expensive, but there's a lot of, cooking oil, it's more expensive than butter, these seed oils, right? So you can have butter or you can have ghee. When you're frying or cooking, you can use ghee or butter, or you can use coconut oil or whatever. But try find something healthier for you to use. And olive oil, it's also not good because it's not meant to be heated. Once you heat it, it becomes poisonous for your body over a period of time.
Jeez.
But if you take it as it is, it's fine. If it's not fake, because there's a lot of fake olive oils as well. If you use it as it is, it's fine. It's good for you. But if you're going to start heating it and it's not meant to, you're not supposed to heat it.
Fetu, I'm honored to have met your mom. So I'd just like to say rest in peace to your mother since you raised her. I think you are a great example for her and you've created a great legacy for her. But since you mentioned her, may she rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
And
Thanks.
I do hope that her
Appreciate it.
passing, not just for you, but for everyone who knew her, becomes a teachable moment of, look, she lived a long life. She raised her kids. She was an amazing woman, but she could have lived longer. So let's use this as a teachable moment for all of us to say we love her, all the good, but some of the mistakes, let's also try and fix as part of honoring her.
Yeah, true story.
Type of situation.
Yeah, you know, saying that, Pen, I sat down with her and I said to her, look, once now I've gathered this information, there's this research, and a lot of people, especially in our Black community, is that we believe that for you to have lung cancer, you must be a smoker.
Smoking, yeah.
My mother actually hated smoking, and that didn't want to be in a place whereby someone was smoking or whatever the case might be. But she had stage 4 lung cancer, right? But however, when I sat down with her, I said, look, this thing can be reversed. You can be okay, or you can live longer. You know, they gave you 18 months, literally. So we've got 18 months max. And I think she was 12 months when she passed away. And as I said to her, look, you can prolong this thing 5 years, 10 years, or even forever. You know, just cut the sugar and the scones in the morning. And, you know, for every second person to come visit you, you make tea. You know, every person that comes, there are scones. You know, your diet, it's working against you in this case. But abantu abadala, they think that you are crazy. And because my mother loved pills, if you can say don't take pills.
There are people that love pills and medication.
My
when they
mother
go to a
loved
doctor
medication.
and they don't get pills, they get angry.
And they get sick for whatever. Maybe it's in their mind. They get says, no, I've got this pain. And they will start telling you that Dr. Whoever is the best. It's the best. Last time
all they do is pump
they
the
pump
pills.
you.
You're so right. Yeah.
So I think you are so right, Pen. I think.
Do you know what caused the lung cancer? Sorry. I'm just thinking in my head. I don't know about your mom. Or Daki don't smoke, but a lot of them, especially in rural areas, get exposed to a lot of smoke through how they cook. Imbaula.
Yeah.
And I wonder if those things. Mkamputo, you work in a space where there's a lot of trucks and the fumes from the cars
over a period of time
monoxide.
they affect
And
you.
you're like, but I don't smoke. And it's like, just check where else your lung gets affected. Maybe there's chemicals industry where you work.
I'm not sure.
Where you live.
I'm not sure, really.
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what caused it.
Happy.
Debza?
Anything on this point?
No, I
Medication should be a last resort. Most health problems
It
can be
should
solved
be,
through
yeah.
lifestyle changes.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should
now
be.
there are a few things that I'm trying to fix in my life. General, I was always bloated. My stomach's always bloated. Go to the toilet, it would maybe once in flipping 2 weeks or a week. And I realized that, man, this thing is a problem. Then I researched. So now what I do almost every day, I've got a cup, about 750 ml. Ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, honey, lemon, cloves. That's in that cup every single day.
On an
As
empty
a-
stomach.
Empty stomach. Yeah,
That's
empty
good,
stomach in the morning.
Yeah.
Started drinking that. Dude, stomach's not being bloated anymore. Can go to the toilet. I needed to prove it to myself because you always hear about these health things.
And you're like,
So I put this thing internet Ngcangca, the 6 things. I'm like, okay, cool. So now they are there. There is no discussion.
And cayenne pepper,
black
if you have
pepper
not
as
added
well.
it as well. Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper is extremely good on an empty stomach in the morning.
Yeah.
Very, very good for you.
So I proved,
And it gives
for
you
me.
natural energy.
And that is the other thing was energy as well. Because I used to drink. Sometimes I still do my energy drink, but before I was worse, man. I think a day I have to share 1. Now I've cut down. Maybe in a week I'll have 2. It's a cut down for me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
nothing wrong with that.
So,
I
it's a
appreciate
huge
that.
cut down.
Yeah.
It's a huge cut down.
So and it's because what I'm drinking, this mixture, I drink it in the morning, I share half, then I just drink it throughout the day. Energy levels are great. And then when during lunch, I don't sleep anymore. After lunch, bengilala, baba. Yo, hey, bengene ekareni shy sitting lala.
Our itis.
Now that
those
thing,
are black people things.
That
those.
thing is gone now.
Ice cream container,
thing is-
ipapa,
Yeah.
nyama, or amasi.
Yeah, no.
We are suitor, die.
So when those things are gone, bloated stomach, going to the toilet and sleeping because of that mixture.
Give us the
proven
book
it.
again, Faith. I'll need to have copies so that I can.
I
distribute
think,
for you.
I think I have some copies of them. I wanted to show you this picture.
No, you must give me copies to sell. I'm saying so that
No, I
people
will.
can contact you or contact me or go.
This
to
one
Take
is
a lot.
here.
That's the one.
That's
yeah.
the one.
Perfect.
That's the one.
Neskova ngaphandle.
Let's cover.
Skova gang.
We're getting the
I want
book.
to show you this pen.
We're not gonna go through all these things, yes. Maybe we'll do like 2, 3 more and then shut it down.
Cool. Yeah, okay. We're getting the book.
This is the lady.
This is the lady.
Okay, you could have shown me this afterwards. Okay, I won't read her name, but shout out to her. And shout out to anyone, man, who's working on their body.
Yeah.
I've said before, your body is the only asset you'll ever own.
Yeah.
Everything else is external and is passing. But this is the one you were born with, you sleep with, you have
Ish.
sex with.
Ish.
A body has a computer, it's got weapons, it's got your transport, it's got your clothing.
You need to look after it.
Yeah, so if you don't take care of your body, you
know-
can be a billionaire, you can be a whatever. But if this is rotten,
You know what
you
you're
have
saying?
nothing.
It's so true because Amachita, there's some men, like most men, we wake up to work for our families. We do whatever it takes. In fact, you work 18 hours, 20 hours, but we always forget the body. That in Tonangaspana, however many hours, if family can be right, financial
Yeah.
and all. But if your body is rubbish,
You're gonna lose yourself.
it's a tough decision as well. Yo.
and we speak about,
Hey.
this is going to be my last contribution on this. We speak about foreigners and Abahambe. People coming, foreign entities coming into your nation, your country, coming to do bad things. we don't speak about body sovereignty. What is coming into your body? What are you injecting? What are you ingesting? What are you eating? Because maybe you have borders and your borders are strong, but you don't have borders to the things you consume, social media, the things you listen to, the things you smell, the things you smoke. And as much as your country is safe, your body is polluted. And then you have issues. So as much as people fight for getting illegal foreigners who are criminals, be careful of the doctors, the social media, the people you listen to, the food you eat, the fast food places you go to, because those are foreign elements also coming to infest.
No, true story.
Your body.
My last point on that as well, Pen, is that, there's so much terrible food that's readily available and cheap out there.
Yes.
There's so much counterfeit food that it's out there that people don't even know, and it's just there. They don't have to catch a taxi or go anywhere to get it. It's just next door. And that is why it's important for people to be very, very, very careful, because you eat those things consistently.
Yes.
Over a period of time, you're going to have sicknesses that can never be reversed.
You're heating them up in a microwave with a plastic container, making it worse.
Imagine, you're making it worse. You're making it completely worse. I mean, there's a guy that I met. He said to me, you know what, Sia? Over a period of time, although, especially if the water in a plastic bottle, it becomes warm and whatever. If it's cold, at least it doesn't make it right, but it's at least. Sure. But if it gets warm and it gets hot,
sitting in your car in the sun.
It's sitting in your car in the sun. Then over a period of time, you keep on doing that, you're gonna have problems health-wise.
Don't drink water. Don't drink hot water from a plastic bottle that's been sitting in the sun.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Rather get rid of it and find something else.
Find something else.
Buy a smaller bottle, drink it immediately.
Yes.
If you're not finishing it, just throw it away.
Or
if you can, get glass.
Get a glass bottle.
Glass bottle.
Yeah, that's much better.
Thank you. A lighter one, I hope. @listenmyson_. As a man, you miss a lot of opportunities to make money if you stay indoors all day.
Yeah, I think I've said this.
You were working for a mine in Mozambique?
Yeah.
For how long?
18 months, I think.
18 months. It's almost 2 years. And now you're based in?
No, now I'm based here in South Africa.
Yes, but you were working...
I do travel now and again to Burkina Faso and other places. Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast.
Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali. You've worked across the continent.
Yes.
You've been overseas. Yeah. Shout out to you. As a man, you miss a lot of opportunities to make money if you stay indoors all day.
Yeah, you can't. For me, it's that you cannot. I mean, what are you trying to achieve by staying indoors?
Man is not meant to sit indoors and chill.
You're not meant to sit indoors and chill and irritate your kids and your wife or your partner.
Andrew Tate says something very, and he's not the only one, Akon as well. They say something very controversial. A man is not meant to be with his kids every day.
No.
He's meant to be out there, engaging the world, finding things, so that when he comes back, He's got resources to give.
I used to see my father once a year,
experiences.
December only, when he comes back home.
You think that's good?
But it never affected us badly.
You know what's crazy? People are gonna say he was an absent father.
Yeah,
he was never my father.
He was an absent father according to the definition.
Yeah, he was never an absent father. I mean, when my father, when he came back, although we did not have a relationship whereby it's nice and we can sit down. So when he comes back, we know if my mother sits down and say, okay, we'll see you while you are not here, what June, Wednesday, 1, 2, 3, then you get whipped for something that you understand? So that part I didn't like.
Sure.
But other than that, I mean, we admired the guy. We at some point, I mean, at one time he took us he was working at Tupperware at Brakpan. So went to Lapaya NSFAS. I wanted to see. I was so discouraged when I went there. This guy, he stands here the whole day as an operator. Adlusa, these plastic containers, as chisayo. The whole day. I was like, I don't want to be like this guy. There's no way I'm going to be like this guy. But I'm grateful that my father, they allowed us to go there to visit, to see. I'm so grateful.
And also the respect to see how he makes money for the family.
Big time.
Even if you hate it, but it's like,
I was like,
hey,
yes.
and
he's happy.
Yeah.
This is what I couldn't understand. He was very happy, and the way he was showing us, he was standing there, like he was pumped that I'm showing my kids how I make the money.
Yeah.
And and he is proud that, hey, Baba, shesha, push it behind Baba. He's happy,
Sure.
I was like, nah.
Hey, you're making me think, man, if ever a person brings their kids to work or a space, try and pump the guy up, man. It's the least you can do. You can be the person's boss. But when Utebza comes through with his kids, hey, time
Yeah,
except
you're right.
shiny coffee fast so that the kids walk away being like, hey, my dad is a somebody.
It's very important there. Yeah.
That's a small gift you can give to
That's
these guys that see, they're like, hey, I'm your father's boss. I pay you. And you're like,
my man.
what a fucking loser. What a loser.
Yeah, shouldn't be.
No, but you're not supposed to be at home if you're a man. You need to go out there and hustle. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine 3 days ago, saying that I appreciate the fact that there's no jobs, and will never be insensitive when it comes to that. Yeah. However, I'm also as well as hard to people that are just sitting and doing nothing.
Nothing.
And it's not like they are disabled or they cannot think or there's something wrong with them. They like perfect, and they're not stupid, but they just stuck somewhere. And I don't know how to sort of put it down and break it properly. But I don't know what happens in their minds that a person just sits at home and hopes something happens.
You and I must
hope
have,
it's a terrible strategy.
You and I must have this chat, maybe off camera, even with 2 tapes, to speak about what causes that.
Yeah,
that's one of the biggest ills we have in
I would
society.
really
it
like
doesn't
to
have a
know.
name.
I would really like to know.
It actually doesn't have a name. Tina, we just say it's unemployment, there are no jobs. But there's actually a name for able-bodied people who did well or decently at school, who have an ability to get up, catch a taxi, but they can't do that to go push enterprise. Umchita can wake up at 3 a.m, hustling you from Impinchake to Uber a chick to have sex with.
Yes.
But he can't do that to make money. There must be a name for that condition, and we need to figure out
for sure
what the problem is.
So for me, you need to, I made an example to him. I said, look, man, it doesn't matter where you stay. If you stay with your parents or your friends or whoever at an estate, wake up in the morning, all those people have got cars. Wake up in the morning, go wash their cars. Mm-hmm. You're not going to use your water, using their water because you wash their cars in their yards. At least you can call with Tabs and say, Tabs, I'm fit in Jam. In Kalunkai 150, I want to buy some stuff, some items so that I can
bucket,
be able to wash cars.
Sponge.
Yes, please.
Cloth.
Tabs I will give, right? And then from there you go push. And you start small like that, it can be huge. Mobile car washes, you can end up becoming a mobile car wash, huge thing over a period of time.
You can literally take, if Amachita won't give you money for your business, bazokuthengela amapia. Chafa amapia. Uhambe wadayisa or wabuyisele and take that new.
Man, I don't know.
But you need to be thinking like that, Pen. So the problem
That's what
is
I'm saying. We need to figure out what's that condition.
All right, to Pen. There's a condition.
Even if you tell them. Even if you tell them, they still won't do it. So
they won't do it.
There's a condition somewhere. We need to speak about it because it's deep.
It is deep because maybe we need to also figure out the guys that are doing it, and maybe not at our level. Even the guy that wakes up and sells him more fire. What is it that he was like? He has a Ngcangca choice. I really have to.
What's the difference between him and his brother?
Yeah,
they wake
like
up
what
in
is the difference?
Squatter, in shack in a squatter camp.
Yeah.
Lona for some reason we have Vugamfeta your stalker. Lona's like it's Panasiku. Same parents.
Yeah, why?
What's going on there?
That's crazy.
Anyways, we'll talk about it another day. Last one. Oh shit. Okay.
You want to close with that?
It's self-hate.
I have to close it. No, it's crazy. It's crazy that it just bounced here. At its shoulder, the O in shoulder is with the 0. At its shoulder, but the O is a 0. Nothing is worse than being that intelligent guy that knows a lot of things, but he is still broke. I don't want to be an intelligent broke man.
And papaya.
This is almost on what we're speaking about. You've got the qualifications.
Yes.
You are smart at school. You're still smart now when we engage you. Did you hear NSFAS? Look, you're smart. Oh, Penuel abakhuluma on the mic. And then you see Penuel's car or him catching taxis, or you see where he stays.
Yeah.
And you're like, Fezo.
But if you do that, Pen, by choice, it's good. But if you do that because the situation forces you to do that, to catching taxis and living in a one-room apartment, whatever, that's fine. Maybe you're making choices. Maybe you're building up something for now. Then later on, you will upgrade. But if the situation forces you and you are this great, intelligent mind, but you've got nothing, then we need to also define intelligence. You know, maybe you've got this qualification, but you're not really, maybe you can reason better. But
Or
maybe
maybe
you've got this disease as well that you say that you must find a name for it. And it catches intelligent and people that are not intelligent. And this is just a disease that it catches everybody. And if it finds you, it will find you.
Yeah, maybe you just book smart. You just have high memory retention. That's all you have. You can just
Probably.
consume a book and write whatever was said in the book. You got
That's
you
your
are a
gift.
doctorate. Yeah, that's your gift. Your gift is to memorize things.
If we measure the Olympics and wealth on your ability to read stuff, you'd be the richest person in the world.
100%.
But because the real world doesn't operate like
Exactly.
that,
That
we only
first-
have one part.
The thing you spoke about, the real world. I need you were intelligent as scalar in memorizing
In a
things.
controlled environment.
In that world.
Yeah, you
You're
are
brilliant
memorizing.
The
Now you
environment
must
is
solve
controlled.
things that you don't have to memorize. Now it's like, hey, I have no food. And then what's the plan?
We've spoken about this, and I remember I caught a little bit of heat, not a lot. A lot of people agreed. And we referenced Malusi Kikaba, Musi Maimani. Maybe I'll add Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, I'll add Sizwe Mpofu Walsh. These guys have PhDs. In the academic world, they are top of the food chain. That's the equivalent of being a dollar millionaire, I think. Once you have a PhD globally, that's the equivalent of being a dollar millionaire in that world. But I was like, the sad thing is these guys, their PhDs can't seem to translate into real life. Malusi Kikaba was a politician. Can we see this PhD he's got now being used in service delivery? Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, same. Dr. Sizwe Mpofu Walsh, Musi Maimani, also a politician. And I do think some of the people like you're being unfair because it's like Usia Kolis is a brilliant rugby player. But now must we ask his opinion on politics, on the economy? It's like, but he hasn't proven that. He's just shown that he's good at rugby.
Yes.
But now you want him to explain the transformation and the history of his like,
Yeah, no.
I don't know what that is. So yeah, maybe it's just winning in one area.
But
I don't want to be the intelligent broke man. Some people are intelligent but can't make money.
But unfortunately, most people refuse to want to learn about that one area that is gonna make sure you're out of poverty. People just refuse that one.
And it's like school runs far away from teaching
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They don't want to teach that.
No,
No,
they
school
don't.
will
No,
never
no,
teach you
they
that.
will never teach it.
They will not teach you that.
But the individual, let's forget the school, man. Why, when as a human being, you're like, hey, fun? There's this crazy thing that's happening in my hood. We're all just not learning it. We just want to stay in poverty. Why is it plan? I don't get why.
And there's a lot of money in the wood.
Hey,
There's a
you
lot of
buy
money in the
guys.
wood. There's a
I mean,
lot
I've sponsored 3 guys in the hood, man. Maybe 4 times. They all disappointed me, Pram.
I remember you mentioned this.
All of
before.
them, Pram. That thing
You were
still
doing
hits
the
me,
wrong
man.
thing.
No, for sure. I helped in the. I was like, okay, I can't be there every day.
And most of them, they speak well, Pen, when they
Very
teaching
well.
these things. My man, yabana ntwana mawenza so and this and this and this. I'm telling you, in 3 months, I saw. You are like,
Ngilalela ukhiyo sakhe intwana. Yabo TikTok intwana ngokulandela umtshita lo.
yeah. You like, no, this is my man.
Yeah. And man, I'm actually down that I grew up with, man. I was like, well, I can't be there every day. The best I can do for now. Causing you choice, but it span. And the guys that like serious dark situations in their families, in fact. Do I divide? I'm telling you about broke guys. But your business you run at 2 weeks and then fuck.
I'm learning the hard way that sometimes those of us who think we're smart,
Yeah.
we sometimes try to solve the wrong problem.
Okay.
You thought the problem is they needed startup capital. And that's why it didn't work. Because that actually wasn't the problem. It's like this thing of the fathers were taken out of the house to go and work in the mines and the women were left alone. And it's like, oh, the problem is the women need jobs. No. The women just need the men, whatever money they're making, to be sent home.
Done.
So you're fixing the wrong thing. So now Lana, we meet our mates who are smart and then in our heads it's like, oh, Indwana needs a job, and it's like, no. And I now can see Uti. No, in Pinchako, that's not the issue. What do you mean? This guy is smart. I'm like, okay, I can agree with you. This guy says he wants to, he says it, I agree with you. So maybe if we give him, I'm like, but you can't say that that's the problem. He needs to prove something else. He needs to, this thing I normally say about, you don't need a job to work. We are vuka we are cleaner, we have your washing motor, we are joker, we have your landi rabisha, no one paid you. And I'm like, so his issue is not that he needs a job. His issue is he needs to learn how to get paid for the things he is doing.
He's doing already.
Yes.
So let me just teach you how to get paid. And if you can't, maybe the solution is let me get paid on your behalf. And like being a manager, you've got a talent of music. We can see it. The reason you're a poor musician is not because you must learn. No, it's because you just need someone to figure out, or you need to. That's the problem you have. But your talent is fine.
Okay.
I got you.
Precious Tiole, she used to be in our think tank group. She writes a WhatsApp status, and I remember screenshotting it. I just went to go and search for this now. Her theory, why smart people struggle to get rich. She gives 2 reasons. Number 1, they want to make money using only their intellect. Things like government stationery tenders are stupid in their eyes, and smart people hate looking or seeming stupid. Number 2, they are more worried about proving their smartness than making money. Their egos are at play most of the time.
True story.
Mwashimoto, Vidu, come on. What do you mean?
Mina, wazongijwayela ngiwasha imoto mina.
Debs, are closing remarks?
No, I don't have much. Sierra's dope, man.
Thanks, man.
Coming
Appreciate
back
it.
in Fetu.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for bringing me back here. Appreciate it. Always.
It was too nice, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
That's all from you?
That's all, bro.
Nothing from you?
From me,
Must I read the other memes? Tweet? No.
Umlocho omunye sala.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I think from now.
I mustn't read them.
Sia.
It's dangerous.
Sia.
No problem.
Sia will tell us if we must read or not.
Okay, so for me, I think closing, especially with the topic that we just had now, is that people should stay away from being worried about what other people think of them, and start doing things that they're going to get them out of their bad situation that they're in. Because if you're going to start, Sia probably doesn't even care about you. You worried, maybe I don't even see that you just worried that if you see young Bonang Washimoto uzonghleka. And that has got nothing to do with you. Maybe I will be pumped. I don't, you're just sitting in the corner, that overjudging yourself to say, and you stop doing things because you worried other people will laugh at you or will judge you otherwise. So people must stop that. And then I think somehow that shift will take you places.
Abantu bazothini syndrome.
That doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me read one more for you. You can engage or not engage. This is a meme. The number 1 cause of stress is money problems. The number 1 cause of divorce is money problems. The number 1 cause of family conflicts is money problems. Financial education is one of the greatest gifts you could give someone to survive in this world.
Yep.
Pen some of these things, that's
I know. I fully agree with that.
Siyabulela.
Bulela mna tata.
Ilali liyabulela, siyabulela Ngcangca. Thank you, sir.
Iyabulela ilali.
Shut it down.
Thank you so much.
Yebo.